They called it eternal. An empire forged in blood, order, and ambition, where peasants became emperors, slaves became saints, and a single city became a civilization. From a cluster of huts beside the Tiber River, Rome rose to command the known world, a power so vast it outlived the gods that built it. This is the story of 1,000 years of glory and decay, of marble and madness, of destiny written not only on the earth but in the stars. Rome was born beneath a fiery sky, under the influence of the first sign of the zodiac, ruled by Mars, the god of war. In Greek mythology, he was called Ares, fierce, restless, and driven by will. That same energy pulsed in Rome's veins, the desire to conquer, to build, to lead, and to begin again. From its first breath, the empire carried the fire of creation, a flame that would illuminate the world and, eventually, consume it. Throughout the ancient world, rulers looked not only to armies and laws but to the heavens. They believed that every empire was born under a pattern of stars, that celestial movements mirrored human destiny. In Feng Shui, the laws of nature, an old text on Chinese geomancy, it is written, "In short, the firmament of heaven is the mysterious textbook in which the destinies of nations, the fate and fortunes of every individual are written in hieroglyphic mystic characters." Across cultures, from the temples of Babylon to the philosophers of Greece, the same truth was echoed, that the heavens rule the earth. Albert Pike wrote in Morals and Dogma, "The heavens were spoken of as holding a predominance over earth, as governing it by signs and ordinances, and as containing the elements of that astrological wisdom." To the ancients, the stars were not distant lights but living symbols, reflections of divine intelligence. The constellations were seen as cosmic forces shaping not only the rise and fall of nations, but the consciousness of humankind itself. As the heavens turned, so did our inner world. The movement of the stars was believed to influence how we think, feel, and evolve, guiding the rhythm of our civilizations, the ideals we pursue, and the myths we create. From this belief came the timeless Hermetic axiom, "As above, so below, as within, so without." It meant that whatever happens in the cosmos happens also in the soul of man, that the order of the heavens is mirrored in the order of the earth, that the same intelligence shaping the constellations also shapes empires, thoughts, and destinies. Under this celestial order, Rome was said to be born under the fire of Mars, the same martial energy that stirred its legions, built its roads, and forged its empire. Its destiny unfolded like the arc of a constellation, rising, blazing, and fading into myth, as all stars eventually do. Legend tells of twin brothers, Romulus and Remus, raised by a she-wolf in the wilderness. When one slew the other, Rome was born from blood and destiny. Its foundation was not peace but purpose, born to fight, born to rise, born to rule. The republic that followed embodied this fire, bold, disciplined, and proud. Senators debated in marble halls, armies marched across continents, and citizens believed they were chosen by fate itself. But with every conquest came temptation. Power grew, and so did pride. By the 1st century BC, the republic was collapsing under its own success. Corruption spread, and ambition turned friends into rivals. And then came Julius Caesar, a soldier, a statesman, a visionary. His campaigns in Gaul filled Rome with gold and glory. But when the Senate tried to stop him, he crossed the Rubicon River and crossed the line between republic and empire. "Let the die be cast," he declared, and Rome's fate was sealed. Caesar was assassinated by men who called themselves saviors, but his death only unleashed chaos. Out of the ashes rose Octavian, his adopted heir, soon to be known as Augustus. Augustus understood what his uncle never could. That power needed peace. He rebuilt the city, reformed the army, and declared a new age, the Pax Romana, the Roman peace. For 200 years, Rome thrived. Legions guarded the empire's borders. Aqueducts carried water to cities of marble. Roads stretched over 250,000 miles, binding 3 continents together in a single heartbeat. Trade, art, and culture flourished. The empire seemed untouchable, the earthly reflection of heaven's order. But all fires, no matter how bright, begin to flicker. After Augustus came emperors of every kind, some wise, some wicked, some utterly mad. Caligula, consumed by cruelty. Nero, a showman who played while Rome burned. Yet somehow, the empire endured. It was the age of builders like Vespasian, conquerors like Trajan, and philosophers like Marcus Aurelius, who wrote, "The universe is change, life is opinion." By the 3rd century, change became chaos. Plagues spread, borders crumbled. 20 emperors rose and fell in just 50 years. The empire, once united by purpose, was now divided by fear. Then came Constantine, a general guided by vision and conviction. Before battle, he claimed to see a blazing cross in the sky with the words, "In this sign, conquer." He did. Christianity, once a persecuted faith, became the empire's new soul. Temples to Jupiter and Venus fell silent, and crosses rose in their place. Constantine built a new capital, Constantinople, a city between East and West where heaven and empire met. But the West grew tired. Its borders stretched too far. Its wealth drained away. And from the cold edges of Europe, tribes began to move. Goths, Vandals, Huns, seeking the warmth of Rome's dying flame. Rome tried to buy peace, then to hire peace, then to fight for it. But nothing could stop the tide. In 410 AD, the unthinkable happened. Rome was sacked. The eternal city burned. The world trembled. How could the invincible fall? How could eternity end? But even in ruin, Rome refused to die. The Eastern Empire lived on. The Byzantine Empire, keeper of the old flame. Its scholars preserved the wisdom of Greece and Rome. Its mosaics glowed with divine light. When the Western Empire finally fell in 476 AD, it did so quietly, a whisper, not a scream. The last emperor, Romulus Augustulus, was dethroned by a foreign general named Odoacer. The empire that began with a Romulus ended with one. And yet, Rome never truly fell. Its spirit lives on in every republic and every cathedral. Its laws shaped justice. Its language shaped nations. Its architecture defined power. Even our calendars still speak Latin. Martius for March, the month of Mars, the god of war, the same force that once guided Rome's destiny. Rome's story is not only history, it is reflection. It reminds us that all empires rise from the same spark, the courage to lead, to build, to believe. But it also warns us, no power is eternal, no empire immune to time. The same fire that builds greatness can one day burn it down. Yet even ashes can carry light. Rome's essence, its drive, its discipline, its will, still moves through us. Every time humanity dares to build something that lasts, Rome breathes again. Because in every city that rises, in every law that protects, in every dream of power and perfection, the echo of Rome still lives. Its marble may have crumbled, its emperors may be dust, but the flame, once blessed by Mars, the god the Greeks called Ares, still burns wherever humanity refuses to surrender to chaos. Rome was more than an empire. It was a mirror of the human spirit, ambitious, flawed, divine. And though its armies have long since vanished, its spirit marches on, in us. If you're fascinated by the Roman Empire, I'd love to hear about your favorite historical fact in the comments below. Check out my other videos for more engaging history content.